for our last video of 2024. I am the hostess with the mostest. Sorry, I'm looking something up right now. The hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. Da-da, da-da. Today is New Year's Eve. What's up, what's up, what's up? What's up, what's up? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, or it's 5 o'clock here, and I got to give it to you. We got the traffic report. We got a lot of change of energy. In front of you is just some stuff that I had, some of my altar stuff. You'll see these in some of my older videos. Again, going back to it, my altar shifts and changes with the wind. We honor different people and stuff. People are talking about the Leos, so that's where she comes in. Of course, Mother Mary. I got this new feather this morning, and then I just happened to notice that. I was guided as I put this down to start wearing this jewelry. Since my other jewelry has broken, I've accepted that it's time to go into the lighter jewelry, which is pretty awesome. You know Christ, that's Mother Cabrini right there. The stones, this was in there. There's our hag stone that we were supposed to have for Kalik, and then a bunch of others. There's our Masagate. This one is a 600-year-old stone, and there's a 6,000-year-old one in there. I don't know where it is. Anyways, it's a bunch of that. These are my own special herbs and spices that I've picked and foraged myself. A bunch of other stuff. We're just celebrating. I was looking at something because we got a big ass teaching right now, so buckle up, people. I need to rush. I don't need to rush through it, but it just looks like it's going to be like a 2-hour meeting. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Yesterday we had a card earlier in the morning talking about Bastet. I have her in these. These are one of my first oracle decks that I bought, but they also read as tarot. And as I was thinking about it, this was my first card, my first picture on my wall. And it was the Morgan. I always made jokes in the beginning. I was like, I don't know who she is or what's going on, but I think her and Pac have a thing going on. Who is she? She is me from my last life. It was the first picture ever on there. But it came with this oracle deck, and it was the goddess spirits. Now, this oracle deck reads as tarot cards, right? So, like, there's the chakras, but then there's like the Hermit card and the Strength card, right? There's Skemet. So we're going to get into Bastet, which should be right about here. But anyways, I was trying to figure out, well, what does Morgan stand for? And she's just one of the moon goddesses. Ta-da! Anyways, and that's how I could have learned tarot through here, but I didn't, and I'll explain why in just a minute. So we're going to learn about Bastet, but obviously that's not going to tell us much, so we had to pull out the dictionary. All right, now on top of that, I told you the Egyptian energy is shifting. The 10-day shift has come. So these are ones that are always going to see, you'll see at my altar, myself. And then there's other ones, my Kali card is in there and stuff, but I use a different version of my Kali cards. These are the lighter versions of myself. Selene, let's see, we've got our moon goddesses so that you learn the stages of the moon, how that, we've taught through that, lots of that stuff, so you know how that works. And then all of our goddesses, so there's Mayat, there's another moon goddess, Sarasvati is the high priestess, the sun card, Tara, that was me in another life, Oya, Gaia, oh gosh, there's the goddess Hel from Odin. Oh, going back to it, there's Bastet. Going back to it, when the, what is it? They're not connected. Okay, when the Egyptian energy shifts, so does the Odin and the Krsna energy. So I have those as well. So we have a big setting today. Big setting. We're going to go from backwards to forwards, okay? So let's start out with Bastet and go from there. Again, you can read these as tarot and much more. They're amazing. They were one of the first oracles that I was purchased. I can't tell you, I'd have to watch the videos if it was the same exact time that I purchased the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed or right after. And I went to your crown chakra. Let's see, so number 12. She stands for the Emperor. How many of you have been pulling the Emperor? Come on now. Independence, protection, and boundaries. Cat goddess Bastet, or known as Bast, was originally a fierce lioness, a warrior goddess of the sun, and that's why you're picking those Leos too. She was worshipped through the most of ancient Egypt. Domestic cats are hallowed to this day as they eliminate rodents, thereby protecting us from disease. As she is feline in nature, Bastet is independent. She teaches us to develop our inner strength, not to be swayed by the opinions of others. It's okay to be wild. Just set healthy boundaries. Her playful side inspires you not to take yourself too seriously. That goes back to the Notoria card, and also the teaching was sacred pleasure. But then the Notoria card was don't overindulge, you know what I mean? You know, love life, but don't, you know, ruin your life just for your overindulgence. And the saying is, I honor my power and independence. So I went through a lot just to get that visual for you. Now let's go into here and find some more. This is a real big, bad breakdown. Who do you call for birth control and blessings, beauty, all these different things? Those are the attributes. We're not going to go to the attributes. I want to see if I can find them. I went to the white buffalo calf woman. Yeah, that was I am so scared of that place ever since that happened. I'm like, I will never go up there again by myself. It's like, I mean, seriously. Okay, these are in order, and that's what I need. I need them in an alphabetical order. Demeter, bridge. There we go, Bast or Bastet, Egyptian goddess of anointing, goddess of the moon and the sunrise. Bast ruled over love, fertility, sensuality, music. Her name translates as the female of the ointment jar. And I talked about that yesterday, doing a whole anointing of a spiritual bath and, you know, anointing ourselves with all kinds of oils and stuff. She is the creator of perfumes and oils. Bast is the mother of cats. I didn't put on Juicy. It was actually some Prada that my brother had gotten me for Christmas many years ago. Bast is the mother of cats, and I went straight to bed. I got all beautiful and went straight to sleep. And that's what they showed me, is they would wash the body, and, you know, just like they did Jesus before he resurrected. You know, Bast is the mother of the cats and magical powers they contain, and often depicted as a feline head woman holding a sistrum, a protector of women and children. She is the guardian of the household and bringer of health and prosperity. Her main festive is held on October 31st, when worships celebrate the music. Now, yesterday I also pulled the Princess of Pentacles, and you saw at the bottom of the card it was Sahain. Sahain, or Samhain, depending on how you pronounce it, is October 31st, okay? Dancing and lovemaking. She is thought to be the duality to Skemet. And as soon as I open my book, we've pulled Skemet. Who is Skemet? Again, from Pantheons. Hold on. Bastet. I saw her right near there. No, Mayat is justice. Skemet is the strength card. And that's what I saw in that last part. Skemet is the personification, I can't speak, of power, and is often aggressive and destructive. However, she also protects Mayat, and that's the whole family. It's a triage. A triad, the goddess of balance and fairness. Having the power of a fierce lioness and the ability to control it takes remarkable self-awareness. You have immense power, but remember, real strength comes from how you choose to channel it. Know that you have the inner poise to navigate through obstacles and overcome fear, and the capacity to move destructive energy into conscious action. So this is what's happening in our femininity inside of us. Our divine feminine inside of us, our feelings are that of this goddess. That's how this works. That's why I teach you, what is the goddess energy? What is our divine feminine energy doing right now? What is our feminine? We can move through then find out what our masculine is fighting through, and that's it, letting go. But this is why we have this feminine energy plus our Kali and what we're about to go into. Okay? Let's see, duality of Skemet. So that was that. I'm going to leave her face up there for a minute until we get on to the next card. Now, let's see. I just want her to be up there so you can understand that. And then, you know what I mean, as far as the Leo, that would be one of the only female guides. Those are my females in my corner. So we're going into, go figure, sowing seeds. We're supposed to be sowing seeds under the new moon. It went from a dark moon yesterday to a new moon today, right? And it'll start growing. We sow, you know, intentions. We plant prayers and wishes, and you know, ideas. And it's really what they've given us to work with. What am I working with? Work. I'm gonna go out and fucking, as I said, I'm gonna kill. Oh, there's that too. I got contacted by another housing organization, but yeah, it was another shelter that would not accept my dog. So that's 2. I'm on the top of the list. Every time that one of these places gets an opening, they're going to call me first, right? So I want to teach you how faith is. There is organizations, I just found out through Cass, that I can get my dog housed while I find housing. There's like, these, Colorado's big on our dogs, so we don't play around. So there's all of these, you know what I mean, boarding places that there's organizations that will pay for housing for her so while we're in this transition. But it's like, how many no's do I have to, how much faith do I have to have? You know what I mean? I have to tell 2 of them no now. And you know what I mean? You have to keep telling them no until you get the yes. But you have to have faith. It's like, don't be desperate. You know what I mean? Don't be desperate. So I just want to talk about that. And what I said was, I'm going to get myself out of homelessness tonight. I'm going to get myself out of homelessness tonight. Meaning, I'm going to get myself ahead where I can make enough money to get myself out of homelessness. Right? Right. Sowing seeds. The primary meaning of this card concerns... Oh, let me just double check, because I believe it's tomorrow this card rolls, but it's Egyptian, so it's already now in that time, and, go fuck yourself. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's today. December 31st. Okay, let's see. So this is Ked-T, the Band of Reeds. The deacon group is the boat. Keep in mind the boat moves. It's a boat. If you think about a boat, it moves. You know what I mean? The mineral is flint. Well, I don't know flintlock word if I have any of that shit. Sowing seeds. The primary meaning of this card concerns the sowing of seeds, but seeds will only germinate if the dirt has been properly watered, fertilized, and tilled. And that's what I saw I saw it on Facebook. It says, go ahead and shit on me. I know how to work with the fertilizer. And I heard Lil Wayne, shit on me, grow wildflowers. Fuck your child. something. Anyways, the ancient Egyptian farmers were fortunate because the water and fertilizer were provided each year as a gift from the Nile River, leaving them the task of tilling the earth before planting the seeds. That's it. They deliver you the message. They tell you what to do. They give you the work to be done, and you get the work done. Get rid of this. Open some lines of, you know what I mean? And that's what I've been telling you. It's not too late. You still have time, guys. You still have time. And it's not like you can't do it tomorrow. It's just the time is ripe. Right now is when they say it's best to plant seeds. Going back to a farmer's almanac that they sell at usually every grocery store. It's an actual prediction. And I have one too. It's a Sabbath almanac. It's a prediction that tells you exactly when to sow seeds, when to cut your harvest, when to plant, when to this, when to that. It's based on, they know that the time is right based on the weather conditions, the planetary movement, all of this bullshit. So today is a prime time, the day before a new year, is to fucking harvest your, you know what I mean? Cut all this shit, plow yourself, pull everything out so that you can put all new shit. You guys are trying to use what you have for next year's growth. Seriously, no, dude, just cut it out. You're supposed to be pulling out all those bunk-ass potatoes, all that shit that's in there, so that we can put down new seeds. When? Not till February, bitches! Well, actually, we're planting the intentions of them, and we'll start watering them, but they won't sprout until February, is what I see, the first light. If there is a goal you wish to accomplish, you cannot simply toss your energy all over the ground in scattered fashion. You must plan out where your energy will be planted to ensure the most abundant growth. And that's it. I can't be all over the place like that. And that was something I was saying. I'm not going to put myself in the love department this year. You know what I mean? I put myself too much in that, and it took up a lot of time and energy. If there was a simple way to say it is, I'm no longer chasing. I'm attracting. In the sense of I'm not working at it. You know how I feel. I love all of you. There's no hard feelings. If you want to work at this, then work at it. I've planted the seeds. Shall they grow? You know what I mean? If not, we'll plant new seeds as they tell me to. But I'm not going to spend every month of this year planting seeds of love out into men. We'll say that. This card is an invitation for you to begin working on turning your ideas into actions. The seeds you are sowing will sprout rewards later in the season, but first it is up to you to lay the groundwork. And that's it. Okay, once I get this trailer, the next thing I'll be doing is looking for, applying for campgrounds all over. And naturally, it would be wonderful to stay here in my home, but there's plenty around. I've never been to Yosemite. I've never seen the Black Hills. I've never gone to Montana, none of the Dakotas, never done any of these. There's lots of places I've never seen. I needed a place to stay when I'm there. This gives me not just a place, but it gives me a job and a reason to be there for a season. So that starts the groundwork, you know what I mean, once I have it. And then it also starts, okay, now we got to get a vehicle. Again, with a pop-up trailer, they're small. You can use vans in some cases, some Subaru cars, some of them use it. Some of them, you know what I mean, these small compact SUVs use it. A fucking Jeep can tow this motherfucker, you know, so I need to get me a vehicle as well. So it's a lot of grounding, you know, a lot of foundation work. If this card is found in the same reading as Deacon 24, you can be assured that your hard work will pay off and your plans are going to be successful. On page 77, winning, duh. The first deacon of the boat group is one with complicated transition. The meaning behind the name, what was it? Kedi, I think it was. Yeah, Kedi, is not precisely known, but its hieroglyphic spelling appears to closely match the glyph of the band of reeds. Such as a name begins to make sense when you consider the Nile Barquet, which were made of reeds lashed together, which explains why this is the first deacon of the boat group. This deacon week in the Egyptian calendar begins a very important rising in the field festival, when farmers began preparing the rich, fertile soil for planting. Hey, shout out to Ali for moving. He left his home and moved to a new home. Who knows where, but he did something. Somebody did something. You know what I mean? That's not an easy act. And that's it. You know, he lived in LA. I'm sure he got tired of that shit. And then, you know, he went somewhere else. At the start of the second season in the Egyptian calendar of Peret, the soil was still wet and the Nile's floods waters had receded just enough so the ground could be worked. In the context of Kend tea, the reed needed nutrient soil to grow so that it could be chopped to construct a boat. In ritual work, it is useful for unsticking you from present situations and helping you move forward in life. The reed of the boat are part of the conversation the deceased has with the ferryman in spell 395 of the coffin text. And that's it. Again, death and destruction, decay is happening. The boat is put together for me, and I may pass through the darkness, but not get lost in it. The boat is taken in. I'm seeing Moses. The boat is taken to pieces. There's no reeds or bands. Bring me her mast clutch, for the reeds of this boat are the bands that are under the bright hair of Set. And I saw Moses because that's what she did. She put him in a basket and prayed, "May he live." That's it. He's going to die if he stays with me. I'm seeing my children. My oldest children. Somebody heard it. It's like, you have older children? Yeah, I do. They're in their 20s. That's why I'm kind of tired of dealing with 25-year-olds. My son's 24. I need to stop that shit. My daughter's 23. I was 16 when I had him. 16 and 18. And I left them. And if you didn't... looking back, they would have had worse lives if they were with me. So, yeah, lovely. A lot came out of that card. I confess, it was me. Just kidding. So, yeah, we're planting seeds of what we want to do with the future. And what do I want to do? I want to travel. I want to do all this stuff. I want to be camping. I want to do all that shit. I want to do all that shit that I did this year, but better. But a different way, you know, an upgrade. Haha, we're upgrading. All right, let me see this. We're going to move on now to the Odin energy. Again, I'm trying to get through this. Ultimately, what I have is I'm going to pull the cat card. I'm going to pull some... I also am going to pull some animal cards. But inside of the animal cards were the damn sacred geometry cards, too. So then I got guided to pull one of those bastards. So we got a lot going on right here. And if I could just put my cards in nicely without having such an OCD moment. All right. Oh, and let's talk about... Thanks. We're going to go to the store in a minute. You want to go? No. We're going to pull a Krsna card. I want to show you the card of that guy that scared the shit out of me. There was this card. I told you guys there was this card that I saw him. There he is. Yama. As soon as I got this card, I was talking about it on Saturday. There was this card. That card was looking at me and talking to me and transmuting to me. The card from the Lumerians. And this guy, I was like, I've never had that except for this one card. And when this card came, I had so much fear. I was like, I don't want to look at it. It's giving me a feel. There's a lot of reasons to it. He's the Lord of Death. And I don't feel like it's a coincidence that I pulled this card and he's sitting right there just, you know, as the judgment. And that's a lot of what you guys are pulling. So we're going to go with him. Salutations to you, Yama, the Lord of Death, the Punisher who comes in the form of time. And that's it, it's the time. Salutations to the God of the law and the ultimate destroyer of all beginnings. Or of all beings. Alright, this is the knowledge of the law, righteous in action, overcoming the fear of death, steadfast in the face of judgment. Oh yeah, that's what Raw and Uncut was talking about. He's like, there's people gossiping shit. You gotta care for it to matter. It only matters to them who are talking. That blue, look, I see it. There's blue all over. Blue is our color. Look, blue. 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 We've moved into our heart chakra. I see it. There's just blue all over. And blue, and blue, and blue. So right now we got judgment upon him. That guy's going to handle the business. I'd be like, right here, the Queen of Chastity, like, fuck you. I am fucking you. And then I'll be like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. It's so confusing, aren't I? Try to figure me out. I don't even know. That's how it is. I don't know. Come here. Let me find out how I feel when I'm around you. Let me see this. Let me witness this. We can witness this together. I don't know how I feel until I feel it. I don't have a set feeling. I'm hooked on a feeling. Not really. I don't hold any feelings in. Who wants to hold shit in? Be constipated. I do that enough with the cheese. I don't need to fucking be spiritually constipated. Alright, let's see. I have a feeling it's going to be a blue card. Why? Because it's blue. That's our card. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever pulled this. There's the wolf. Ooh. Tyra? I don't know. It's called Ty. Okay, I don't know. Wrong card. Wrong one. Keep moving. Alright. Obviously, it's a person, place, or something. Thor, Frigg. It's not a god. Yeah, it is. Gods. Ty. Sacrifice. Ty is the god known for his ability to forge peace and subtle things between people. Oh yeah, that was that same, the virtues were trying to bring in reconciliation and shit. He was the only god brave enough to feed the ferocious wolf Fenrir. Binding the wolf by feeders was impossible, but he was too strong, so Tyr attempted to restrain him and therefore sacrifice his hand. What is she making? Hey! No. You stop wagging that tail. No. Weirdo. Ultimately, the gods were forced to use magic to control Fenrir. Despite the loss of his hand, Tyr's show of compassion for Fenrir endeared him to the gods, and he became a god to settle all disputes. Ty encourages you to see that the battle is within you and to make the sacrifices needed to move forward. Oh, I had a lot of talks with Russ over the night. I don't know. We had a lot of heart-to-hearts. I mean, obviously, he was speaking to me. The only way he does is through his damn stories. And I brought all that up, and he just, like, confirming it and shit. And he brought up some Kanye. Don't you bring Kanye into this conversation. That's never going to go well. You cannot hide behind any of their energies, because each of their energies, they have their own works to be done. But anyways, I was talking about this. Settle the conflict by first stepping into your inner peace, then become the bridge necessary to resolve the other disputes. I'm not exactly sure because there were so many messages, to be honest. What the fuck did I tell you, Russ? Something about the fight. I fought to love you, and then I fought to stop loving you. And then I fought to just love you, or I fight because I have to still love you. And I fight just to, I don't know, I'm just fighting about it. But what the fuck are we fighting about? I love you, fine, it's fine. You know what I mean? But then it's you, it's like you fight for all of this. It's like, said a whole bunch of shit to him. And then the whole thing is, the song is working on me. Stand by my side while I'm working on me. And I tell him, and it's like, and this is to all of you. You were never destined to do this by yourself. And that's why I'm here. If there wasn't a need for me to help you heal, then why would I exist? And that's what I told him. I was like, you're not meant to do this by yourself, and neither was I. And that's the break of this contract. But I didn't. And that's the thing that keeps us bound, is because he didn't break the contract. He just didn't, you know what I mean? We did it separately and not together like we were supposed to. And that's what I mean is, you know, my dark twin flame. You know what I mean? The healing came no matter what. And even though he's not as healed as I would like him to be, and he's not that, it's like all of them, none of them are me, because none of them are me. But, you know, they're all trying to, you know, they're trying to do the work, the inner work. And that was Wolfman. He's like, what the fuck is this? He's like, I thought this was going to be a good reading. They love you, but they're just not emotionally available. What the fuck is this? Told you, bro, it's some Four of Cups shit is what it is. It's like the love is real, but being able to act in the love is not what you think. It doesn't matter. You'd never really understand that, and that goes back to your parents that have failed you. They loved you. Don't ever think that. And it does come over you. You didn't love me. No, they loved you as much as they could, and only the way that they could. It was too hard to love you anymore. And that's me with my sick relationship with my mom. She was very fucking evil and standoffish. You know, but in the essence, it was still my mom. Shut up, Pac. I don't really like that song, to be honest, bro. I mean, I get it. It's your big song, but whatever. I ain't writing about my mom. Anyways, right? And then there's fucking Marshall and his... Stop it. Oh, God. Then you got Russ talking about his... Enough. I love you guys. Enough. But that's what it is. It's like, you know, you don't have to. You didn't have to be perfect for me. You don't have to keep trying. Just do it, bro. And that was it, too, and I showed them. It's like, you know, I kept trying to do the right thing when it came to Bobby. And I had to show them. And that's what I said. I was making jokes. Don't make me go out there and fucking do some shit and then have to come back and tell everyone how it's done. That's what I'm here to do. Is show you with my ass out how to do it, and hope to God you don't look as stupid as me out there. And that's me always encouraging Marshall. You could do this. You could do this. Don't be mad at me for Kobeing you. Get out there. No, don't touch her. Don't talk to anyone. Just get the fucking... Possessive. That comes from you. Quit sending that possessiveness. Is it you? It's you. No, it's not just you. And that's what I was telling Russ. I was like, fuck, bro. Stop fighting everyone that I love. Stop fighting for my love. Just understand that I can love everyone, and it's not the same love for everyone, and it's enough for everyone. That's another thing too. That was always this thing. It's like, oh, trying to compete and compare. Like, she won't love me if I'm not this person. I know, right? I feel it, but I love you just fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to be, and that's what I told him for so long. Dude, stop being everyone else. Just be you. More of you. I love the shit out of you. When you're being all this shit, trying to be what I want you to be and what everyone else wants you to be, then I don't even want to be near you. So again, yeah, we had a lot of talks. That's it. And then fucking trees coming through, and I don't even know. Dude, I have to dumb down my energy on some dumbass shit to deal with that dumbass shit. Like, dude, do you know how dumb and low vibrational I was when I was dealing with you? Like, how many, like... and that's it. It's like, it's not that I don't love you. I just have to fucking dumb down my ego so I can love you again and not be looking at you like I'm better than you and you're an idiot. Because I'm not better than you and you're not an idiot. But I'd be like, fuck. You know, and then we're talking about, I did this post, and saw my baby daddy and laughed at me. I was like, if I can fuck with this dude, I can fuck with you. What the fuck was I thinking then? I don't know. Love and light, bitch. Fuck. It was exactly what I needed. It's not what I need in my life right now. Alright. Inner peace. Become the bridge necessary to resolve other disputes. The Merkstavi. In reverse, this card suggests that you are in conflict or war with something or someone. Nah, I put down my sword. I swear to you, if you are fighting me, you are fighting an illusion of a battle that should have been settled between us. I don't even know who you are. This card puts you on red alert to prepare for destruction that conflict often brings. Are you willing to lose everything for this war? I guess, if you want to. That's God in between me and you. As often as I say, he won't let me fight you, so why the fuck would he let you fight me, dumbass? As I often say, is this a hill worth dying for? Ooh. If you decide that you want to take a different course of action, you need to make personal sacrifices, such as releasing whatever it is that you're attached to. When we are at odds with another person, we must be willing to look at ourselves first and our role in the conflict. Ask Tai to help you. This one-handed God reminds us that compassion, understanding, compromise, and sacrifice are needed to create peace. And that's it. It's like you can keep holding the relationships can be broken and stagnant and ugly and gross for as long as you want. As long as you hold that grudge, that's what it is. It's a grudge. You see that movie, The Grudge, and that's you with a grudge. When you're ready, not them, bitch. Stop waiting for them to apologize. They're waiting for you to be the bigger person. Why do I gotta be bigger? Because you're larger than life with your big-ass ego. Fucking put it down. When you're ready to have compassion and understanding and compromise and sacrifice your fucking ego about what had happened, you can see that it was just a misunderstanding. It always is. I misunderstood where you came from and it triggered me, and then I came at you all foul and you misunderstood where I was coming from because I was coming from a hateful place. I really did come from that place at you, but you didn't deserve that place. That place is reserved for, my pain and suffering, and I gave it to you. Real hard like. Nobody talks like that, and that's it. I'm teaching you how to walk it like I talk it. Yeah, that's a pretty picture. We're back to the purples. Purple rain. We're going to party like it's 1999 is what I heard. All right. In our red Corvette with our fucking, our... What is that? What is they saying? Our beret? Our Tangeray? Shut up! Enough! Fucking enough. Alright, so we went through all those. Yes, 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 and we're moving on. And Jess. Alright, so I got 2 cards in for the price of 1 in here. We have Sacred Geometry, and I'm not going to give too much fucks about this shit. We're just going to let the shit flow. This one. Yep. Oh. The truth, or the fruit of life. The fruit of the spirits: love, joy, peace, happiness, long-suffering, patience, forgiveness. I forgot them all. I should know them. It's Galatians 5, 19 through 23. It's the fruits of the flesh versus the fruits of the spirit. Meaning, you can tell where you're acting from. Are you being a sinner? Are you carrying the 7 deadly sins or the 7 fruits of the spirit? I don't know. Fruit of balloons, what I heard. Let me see your underwear. Oh my God! Please. Don't make me say something. Alright, I'm going to say it. Popped in my head earlier. What kind of underwear do you wear? This other guy wore funny underwear. I paid attention. I noticed he had funny designs on his underwear. What kind of underwear do you wear? It popped in my head. So I guess that was my answer. Fruit of balloon. Okay, but some of them have designs. Like those Joe Boxer ones, they have designs. My boys has designs. What are you wearing? Fruit of balloon, aren't you? Yep. Yeah, you are. Mama said. All right, let's go to this. This is funny. Abundance. We're in abundance. Abundance. This card takes us a step forward, a step beyond the flower of life. By removing 2 circles around the flower of life and adding another full rotation, oh God, we're going around the block again. And that's it. You take 2 out and you go around it again. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, if you knew what I saw. What does that mean? I told you, you take a fucking 1 step forward, you gotta take 10 steps backwards. We got rid of 2 motherfuckers, and now we gotta add a whole nother rotation again. Meaning what? We'll be coming around this fucking karmic mountain again next year. It's just pretty much how it works. With 2 more. I told you, you can't. You keep pulling out these weeds of life, and they keep regrowing in different forms. You're like, fucking die, motherfucker, die! Sorry, what does that mean? 2 more fucking twin flames are coming. Get rid of 2. Here comes 2 more. Oh, this pattern. Oh, I'm sorry. I just kind of. That's it. It's a never-ending story. Shut up. The marathon continues. Gosh, 56 years of this bullshit. The pattern holds complex informational systems and is considered a female gateway. You can live here. What, in your vagina? Sure, why not? Alright, what are we talking about? Let's see. Another full rotation. We find a design that holds within a pattern of 13 circles known as the fruit of life. And those are the 13 realms. Odin only knew of 12. They're only documented as 12. Where's 13? The heaven, the Garden of Eden. You guys don't know how to get there. I can show you the way. Pulling this card suggests that the fruit of your labors and intentions, abundance has entered or is about to enter your life. I know, I've been fucking watering this plant forever. Milk it, milk it. Milking the cow. Anyways, abundance comes in many forms, and you are cautioned not to get caught up in thinking that only abundance is in a monetary kind. True, as you find your life's path, the reward will flow easy in areas of finance. Difficult times will fade, and you will have not only plenty for your own needs, but enough to offer gifts to those less fortunate circumstances. The maxim, as you give, so shall you receive, is abundantly true from a standpoint of your current situation. There are many other types of abundance: beauty, love, friendship, hope, growth, to name a few. In all things abundant there exists a nourishment that feeds your needs and asks you to go beyond yourself and share with others. Is your garden producing more than you require? Well, you know that I've plucked everything. I've plucked every hair and every weed out of my garden, and we have nothing to feed off of other than, I mean, we're eating good, I guess. But do you finally have the time to spend with loved ones? Yeah, we're chilling. The message is one of unselfishness sharing. Share your abundance and spreading light. There's no reverse aspect to the card. Abundance is always available. Hey, that's a good card. Who's picking up the abundance? And that was the 9 of, I picked it up. It was the 9 of Cups, I think it is. Oh, vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Somebody's doing a bit much, I think. Much, too much. All right, so then now we're going to get into our animal seer. They all come at different times. Have I gone through all of them? No. I got a lot of them, like I get them on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes I get them locked down. I don't go to the stores. I got them when I needed them, and then they only became available when we needed them. So we're going to talk about the hawk, because I keep getting hawk feathers. We're going to talk about the cat, and then the eagle. These are very intense. The hawk was right next to the eagle. The cock, the rooster, was right after. The hawk and the cock. Hey, Marshall, write that down. The fox. What does the fox say? Oh, damn. She didn't hear me. If she heard me, she would have done it. Damn it, Beavis. What am I looking for? The cat. Not the raven. The blackbird. The robin. No, the cat. Not the goat. Put it away. Maybe I passed it when I was talking about the fox. Maybe it's upside down. Oh, it's right there. Detachment. Go figure. We're talking about the cat's eye. We're talking about all that. I'll cut the eye. Whatever that bullshit. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Crab. Nope. Could be a cancer. It's not. You have cancer. Oh, forgive you. All right, I'm just going to run into these. They tell you about a little bit about a storyline of where they come and you know, all this stuff and this and that, and I'm going to jump into it. All right, the keywords is detachment, ambiguity, superstition, magic, playfulness, independence, and wildness. The cat represents qualities of aloofness. This card may resonate if you possess an independent spirit and have a hard time making commitments. Honor the wildness of your spirit and try to avoid focusing yourself into situations that feel too confining. You may think that commitment or conventionality is the only way forward, but if it is against your nature, you will eventually lash out and will likely hurt those closest to you in the process. And that's really going back to, you know, living in these shelters or anything like that. And that's the thing is, I could go in there, you know, somebody that's precise and wants to just use the system, I could go in there and within a month I could speak with a housing specialist and they will pay, you know, all of my move-in fees. All I have to do is find a house. I could do this. I could put myself right into, it's happening right now. I could put myself right back into the matrix right now. That's what it comes with. This is that golden ticket, but it's like, this isn't my ticket. This isn't my ticket out. This is my ticket in, and I'm trying to get out. This card may represent someone in your life who is detached or aloof, or you struggle interacting with cat people can be challenging, hard to pin down, and reluctant to commit. And even if they do, they may not actually follow through. When dealing with this kind of person or situation, allow them space to be what they are. That's Bobby. Like, I don't know what his deal is. Like, I know you're, whatever. That's cats in general. They'll come up and like you when they like you, and then they just, they don't care. They're not dogs. They're not loyal. They're not any of that. They just like, they're just, that's what he said. He's like, I know you guys really like your dog, but your dog only halfway likes you. And that's your cats. Like, they just live with you. Whether they like you or not, that's a whole nother situation. Remember that forcing someone to do something is never going to give a great result. That's what I told Russ too. I can't force you to be brave. You know what I mean? But you know all these things are holding you back. And I have tried to force you. I have tried to beg you. I have tried to slap you. I have tried every reason, every way, bent over backwards to teach you that you just have to be brave and let's go of some of this shit. Whatever. And that's it too. I have not sent that dude another message. I'm not trying to push on you. I don't give a shit what you're going, like, I get it. After I got it, then it's your shit. I'm not putting too much energy on what you're dealing with. I have my way of dealing with it, and you have your way of dealing with whatever it is. The way that works for me obviously isn't going to work for you if you're not listening to me and applying it. So work with it your way. But, Jesus has the way. If you value your relationship with others, communicate your limitations and expectations clearly. But remember that different people have different needs. That's what I told him too. I was like, this has been a very long journey. We learned how to love each other despite what we didn't like about each other. You know what I mean? We learned how much we need. And that's it, Marshall and, just myself. I learned how much I need and how to love me. But in the same essence, I learned that about my men. Is learning, Russ needs a lot. And so I was like, low maintenance. Bitch, you're high maintenance. And then I'm like projecting, like, we need so much. We are such needy beings. We are so broken. We need so much love, so much care, so much independence, so much time, so much, we need so much. But at the same time, we don't want any of it. We don't want to, you know what I mean? And that goes back to all of my twin flames. That's Ali. That's all of us. We're very, we have very special love needs. You know what I mean? Lewis. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, why doesn't Lewis have a girl? Why doesn't Marshall have a girl? Why doesn't Ali have a girl? What's wrong with these guys? They could have any girl. Yeah, bro. But can any girl meet their needs? And that's what it is. And that's what psychs us all out. It's like, it's all fun and games until I can't be what you need me to be and I become weak in my needs. And you can't be what I need. And then it's going to be a problem. I can't always be strong in this shit. If this card represents your own spirit, learn to say no. Learn to communicate your reluctance to commit. Find ways to make others feel valued and secure without squashing your own spirit in the process. It's very interesting because I told someone no earlier. And I was conflicted. It's like, why should you say no? You shouldn't say no. Just do what they ask. I had just woke up from my nap and I'm sitting there and my friend asked me, she's like, can you give us a ride to go get some dinner? It's only 3 blocks away, but we can't drive right now because, it's the holiday and you'll get pulled over if you're riding dirty. This is not the time to go outside if you're not, if your car isn't legal, guys. Just don't do it, bro. They're going to take your car. They get a brownie point for taking your car tonight. Don't do it. So anyways, she asked me for a ride, but I just woke up and I'm like, I could take you 3 blocks and I could go handle my business and rush to the store and get all this shit done, but I don't feel it, bro. So I told him, I was like, and I felt, conflicted about saying no, because why should I say no? But I was like, I could, but not now. I just woke up. I'm going to sit here for a minute and then I have to do a reading. And after my reading, I could take you when I go to the store. And that's it. It's like, I didn't just jump to when they said. And right now, people need me. That's exactly what they need, is a ride. Everybody needs a ride today. And it's like, I can only drive for 8 hours, according to Lyft. I have to make these the best 8 hours, and I have to be ready for these 8 hours and not use up any gas or any of my energy sitting in that car. Because I can't sit still like that for 8 hours like I used to. Or perhaps it's just the car that I'm riding in, but it's physically uncomfortable after a while and all of that. And I've got to have a lot of energy for tonight. So I said no. And they was like, it's okay. And I was like, I felt like it was. And then the bitch in me was like, it's only 3 blocks, and you have a scooter down there, and all this, you've been scooting through town, and I don't know, I was just, that's it, it's like, you want to be a bitch about it, like, your backlash is like, if you have a problem with this, then I will rip your head off, like, you know what I mean, just being honest in my feelings. After I said no, I felt bad at saying no, but I had my comeback, like, why can't you just, you know what I mean, And that's it, is I had my defenses ready. Like, if this was going to be a bad thing for me to say no, I had a defense ready. Which is, again, that's what I said, my defenses are always up. Like, I can defend my honor. I can defend why I said that. I can defend it. And that's what it is, too, is I've always had, you know, that's what I told Russ. Stuff like, I've been fighting with you. Like, defense is up forever. I don't even know what we're fighting about. And, like, can we just stop fighting about shit? Like, what is the fight?
I know.
And that's, you know, what is the fight? To do the right thing? What is the right thing, bro? What makes you feel right? Find ways to make others feel valued and secured without squashing your own spirit in the process. If you are a cat, you are a cat. Trying to be a dog will only make you miserable. And that's me. I'm a dog. Who let the dogs out? I'm a dog, bro. I'm a total dog. I'm a bitch. I'm a dog. I'm a loyal-ass dog. I'm not a cat person. I'm adaptable like a cat. I'm all of that, but I'm really a dog. That's it. Really, though. All right, so we read all of the cards. Did we do it? What time? Oh, my God. Did I do this in 45 minutes? I thought, dude, when I was looking at this, I was like, this is going to take forever. Oh, no, we got 2 more cards. Damn. Fuck off. Felt like I did it all. No, keep going. There's more. There's always more. I really was. I'm going to get us dinner. I got a lot to do. I got to put on a face. We got to get to work. Lots of stuff going on. I haven't even had a cup of coffee. I haven't done nothing. I'm not using any energy. I'm not doing it. Look at that eagle. Such a pretty thing. Okay. Authority, intelligence, vision, intellect, renewal. The voice of the eagle is one of confidence, strength, and authority. The eagle can provide guidance to those who find themselves in need of confidence. This card may indicate that a time has come for the querent, I don't know, to step into the leadership role and to fly high and to be example to others. To channel the spirit of the eagle when you are going into battle or when you need confidence and a clear sight in the challenges you face. The battle of the eagle, or the power of the eagle, is the power of intellect and charisma, but it is also tinged with fear. While we admire the strength of this creature, we are also weary of its talons and razor-sharp beak that make it a formidable predator. Just as the salmon provides the wisdom and emotional depth that serves as the counterpoint to the eagle's cold intellect, so too must we find the balance, strength, and compassion mindset with heart. And that's your water and your fire. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. The eagle soars high above the earth, and flying high can be a lonely business. Remember to connect with the earth and to renew yourself in cool mountain water. The sun is glorious, but the heat can cause destruction. Seek the wisdom of balance in all things. And yeah, that was in my video on Sunday. I showed you they fly over. I see them often, the eagles. Now, the hawks are quite a different thing. You know, the hawks, I got to tell you, the crows and the falcons will fly against them. A lot of times I see the crows attacking the hawks that are near me. There's like 2 crows playing with the hawks and stuff. So let's talk about the hawk. And this is a hawk feather. I got it this morning. I got another one. If you've been watching my videos, I keep finding them outside of my, my car. But this one I got when I was going to get coffee this morning in front of the hotel. Nobody else. They probably stepped on it a billion times. It meant nothing to nobody, but it means everything to me. Because it's meant for me. It was not meant for anybody else. Only I would catch that message. Only, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's like, how many people walked by this and didn't see the power of it until the one person that knows how to harness the power. And that's going back to the sword and the stone. And that's going back to Thor. I went to the goose. Hare, hawk. All right. Sight, perspective, goal setting, analyze, detail, history. In life, we become very fixated on the immediate and can become overwhelmed by things that are impacting us in the moment. The hawk reminds us to see the larger picture, to step back and analyze not just the current situation, but the whole landscape of our lives. In examining the great picture, we can often find the perspective we need to make the best choice. It is important to take a historical view when making important life decisions. Looking at your personal history and even your family history can help you understand why you have done certain things and why you feel confident and insecure in particular aspects of your life. Here he comes again. And that's what was the words? Hostility was the way that they solved them and stuff. It's like he didn't know how, he has never had to deal with love. That is Marshall, that's all of us. We've never been exposed to love. Not on its truest form, and not even on a real form. We've had homie love, you know what I mean? We've had the street love. We've had that because we created that for ourselves. We created repetition, or, you know, a reputation. When you create your reputation, it can't be taken away from you, and that's where you're solidified in the streets. You know what I mean? The walk, you know, your name holds honor in the streets. But at the same time, the people of the streets die. The memories die. We no longer walk those streets. Okay, enough broken dreams. Anyways, so when you're walking down a street that you've never walked before, you don't feel the same about yourself, and that's stepping into different arenas, as we talked about. I'm very confident right here. I've never been in this area before. I don't know, you know, I don't know how to act. I don't know which fork to use. I don't know how, you know, what is this word? How do I pronounce the versace? For example, you may be present with a work or business opportunity that requires you to change or risk. You know that saying yes to the opportunity could lead to great things, but you feel paralyzed by the fear of everything that could go wrong. And that's what I tell my twin flames. They feel it, but they're paralyzed by the fear. And that goes back to Russ. What would people think? He tries so hard to make people think good of him and to like him. If I do this, what if they don't like me? What if she doesn't like me? What if everything goes wrong? You can't think about what will go wrong, because everything can go wrong. But what could go right? In this situation, channel the spirit of the hawk and look at the whole picture. Maybe your reluctance stems from financial security that you suffered as a child. Or perhaps you watched a family member try and fail in the similar business endeavor. That's it. It's like, if they can't do it, then I can't. Or as far as poverty, yeah, I've learned to be that. That's why I've learned to be poor, is because I had a problem with being poor. So I had to fix that problem and just be poor and be okay with being poor. You know what I mean? And that's going back to Marshall. Marshall had a problem with living in a trailer. So he can't, the very thought of him living with me in a trailer hurts his childhood. You better fix that, bro, because my trailer is going to be nice. We're going to rock that boat. Just kidding. I'm saying, it's simplistic things like that. My lifestyles hurt their ego, hurts their memories. Let's see. Placing your current situation in historical perspective can help you understand your fear, and also I have a picture that I'm seeing. There's a picture, my grandmother, I don't have it with me. There's a picture, my grandmother came to visit. I'm like 3 years old, and she's sitting there. She brought my cousin, Gabriela. She's there. And it's my mother and my father, and they're sitting at a table. And behind it is my mom's trailer. It was an RV, one of those drive ones. She worked for a KOA campground when we were very young. And my father lived in an RV, and she worked for the campground, and that's how we lived. Repeating history. But not because of desperation, but because I want to do this. And it's in our family, and it's in our ancestry. You know what I mean? Part of going back to my father's line. Part of the Spaniards that came to, that came to South America and conquered it. I was always a traveler and a voyager. I'm doing what was always in my blood. Let's see. Sorry, understand, blah, 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 blah. That just popped up in my head. Historical perspective can help you understand your fear and also look to the future. Towards your future self who prospered because they were willing to take the risk. Be the hawk-eyed. To be the hawk-eyed is to see both the detail of the wider view and the mouse on the prairie. The mindset of the hawk is an immensely powerful tool, especially when planning ahead and setting goals for our lives. It's impossible to focus on the data, numbers, and particulars of a decision like buying a house, going to school, and embarking on a new business endeavor, while still considering long-term prosperity, appreciation rates, student loan payments, return on startup investments. The spirit of the hawk is intellectual and analytical. It considers the past, the present, and the future, and guides us towards the smartest decision. However, in its negative aspect, it is also somewhat divorced from the heart. The hawk is a creature of the mind, not feeling. Never forget, and that's it. What did they say? What did you say? It's like they love you, but they're not emotionally available. What the fuck is this? It is what it is, bro. I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. Some truths are not easy to accept. You want it to be something else. No, it can't be this way. That's just the way it is. Bobby doesn't not love me. He doesn't not want to talk to me. He's not thinking about the last time we talked. He knows that this is not a good thing that's happening, but he can't do anything but what he's doing right now. And yes, what he's doing right now, in essence, is causing more conflict, confusion, and problems. Instead of running from the problem, he's creating more within himself and all around. But it's not a problem for me, now that I understand that this is just a problem for him. But when I make it my problem and try to figure out what's wrong with you, why are you acting like this? Why won't you talk to me? What happened? And when I try to make sense and try to get into your feelings, I get fucking filled with the same confusion of what you're going through. I feel it. You're all over the, like, I don't want to feel like you do, and all I can do is have compassion. And that's it. In this moment, that's him, but that's me. You know what I mean? I'm always mirroring. I'll take your darkness and I'll turn it into light, but I'm constantly mirroring it for quite some time until I transmute it. Never forget that it is a predator whose very existence requires blood. The danger of being hawk-eyed is that it can sometimes lead us to an overly analytical, cold judgment, or even hurtful towards others. That's my Libras. They have to do the right thing. They're over-analytical. The hawk is powerful, but it must be balanced by compassion, humility, and kindness. And that's it. We're in the spirits. These are the spirits that are working with us. You're not going to see an eagle in town. You can see eagles. They are actually in major cities. You can see them, but they're not on the streets. They're perched. Feel it. Where do I see them? I look up. They're in the sky. They're not on the ground, guys. The cats, yeah. They give you that ugly, shitty look, too. They're judging you. They're judging me. They very much are. They very much are. So those are the spirits upon us. That's what's going on. We got a 10-day forecast of sowing seeds. Spend the next 10 days thinking about what you want your future to look like. Not the 5-year plan, bro. How about just summer? And not like how successful you're going to be in summer, but what can you do now that's going to bring you joy in summer? Meaning, if you want to take your family on vacation, then book that vacation and start making your payments.
I want to go to the beach.
See what I mean? I never been to Lake Tahoe. I never seen Mount Rushmore. There's a lot of things I ain't never ever did. You know what I mean? There's a lot of places. I want to go swim in a waterfall. You know what I mean? Stuff like this. How can I do all that? Get me a trailer. You know what I mean? So I'm not camped out somewhere. So I can take my little house and be out there doing this little shit. Little witch in the woods. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey, I love you. Happy New Year. I'll see you next year. Later, haters.